Okay, Dave Riley is on the line. 51551 text. Dave, good afternoon.
Yeah, how are you, Joe? I'm just listening to the show today and yesterday, and I just wanted to make a point that there has to be something said for the type of person, Joe, that wants this quick fix to be rich. And they want this quick, like you send in a letter, I want a Mercedes, I want this, help me get it, help me this. He must be laughing his head off, Joe. He must be. He must be just laughing. Because what did Rodney and Del Boy say, Joe? There's a sucker born every 2 minutes. There is no quick fix to being rich and successful. Joe, you gotta work hard, and that's it. You just gotta put your head down. And there's a lot to be said for these type of people, the way they're reared. Did their mothers and fathers ever tell them, you get nothing for nothing, Joe, off nobody? And if somebody is giving you something for nothing, there's something wrong. Look at it. Study it. Are you stupid?
But you're not thinking...
But Dave,
but Dave, at this time especially...
Yeah.
Now, I can tell you, since Monday, we could fill the programme all day, every day, with people telling us they've lost their jobs. Now, we reckon we just... there's other calls, obviously, but we could fill the programme all day, every day, with people telling us, and some of them are distressed, and we know that the nation is depressed as it is, and we hope those people will continue telling us their stories. We won't be able to get to a lot of them on any given day, but it also means that there are now so many people out there without self-confidence, who feel their confidence diluted, who feel demoralised, who feel they've nowhere to turn, and if they see something that says, this can transform your life, I can turn you into or help you become a much more confident, accomplished person, people will grab onto straws.
They will, Joe, but when you tell somebody
especially now,
and they believe in you, and you say, well, I can make you more confident, I can make you work harder, I'll have you driving a Mercedes in 5 years, I'll have you enjoying life more, your family will be better off, and they swallow it and go, yes, but everybody wants that, Joe. Everyone wants to be happy and to be rich and be wealthy and successful and work hard. But then when the person turns around and says, right, now, give me 30,000 and we'll get started.
That's when you should.
Then a question, the hammer has to drop. How stupid are you? Are you that stupid that you think you were reared that way, that you're going to be given this for nothing?
And the other thing as well is, Lisa, I don't know whether you can help us here. Lisa, how many people go on these courses in the Bahamas at any one time?
I think there's between 20 and 30. They're not enormous groups, but I mean, they're big enough if you think about the money they're paying.
That's what I mean. The second fortnight ones cost 63 grand a go. 10 people going on that is 630 grand.
That's unimaginable.
20 people, as you say, go is 1.2 million, and 30 people going on them is 1.8 million for a 2-week seminar.
I'll tell you how they justify the price, okay? Because Amy said this to him, why is it so expensive? And he said, you see, it has to be this expensive because it needs to be difficult for you to get out there, or you won't really appreciate it, you won't really give it your all. Because there was a businessman in Ireland who paid for a lot of his staff, who's, was very involved, I don't know if he still is, paid for a lot of his staff to go out. They were just drinking, they were partying, they were in the Bahamas, and this guy was saying to Amy, they weren't getting anything out of it because they didn't really have to work to get there. We need to make you work to get there so that you really appreciate it.
Which is also a bizarre logic.
Completely bizarre.
I mean,
I agree with that guy. You really need to be, I think, a weaker person to get drawn
vulnerable,
into
vulnerable maybe.
Yeah, vulnerable. Going through a hard time maybe. I know for a second I would never get taken in by anything like this, but I mean, a lot of people are obviously, but it's something that they just don't talk about. He was very clear to Amy, don't talk to anyone about this. Don't talk to your family, don't talk to your friends. They're going to think you're crazy. If you make a change, it looks like they don't make a change. They're not going to understand. They're going to think we're all nutters, is basically what he said. They're not even if this was a healthy thing, why aren't they telling you, talk to your loved ones, talk to your husband, your wife, your family. They don't want you to talk to anyone about it.
Tricia is in Cork. Tricia, good afternoon.
Hi, how are you, Joe?
You say there is pyramid selling going on.
Oh, there is. Yeah. I've been actually listening to you now over the last few days on and off about it, but I know about Tony Quinn for years through different friends who had different awful financial problems after him. He just took over their mind and they bought into what he was selling. But I know of one particular friend who sold her house because she was moving back in with her mom and she was planning to live in Spain, and she had been away with a couple on holidays who were big into Tony Quinn, and they rang her one night and asked to meet with her, and they were telling her about the trip to Bahamas and all the training and everything, and they were trying to get her in, and they were telling her that the more people they get in, that they'd be free themselves. The more it's like a pyramid kind of thing. The more people you get in, the more people that will be free on the Bahama training. And she was furious because she looked on them as a friend, and here they were trying to take her money, And they were doing it on a regular basis, and they just were totally sucked in by Tony Quinn.
And can you understand why?
Well, as some other caller there said, it's probably people's minds, if you actually listen to him and believe what he's saying, and you'd actually believe it works. Like I know one particular woman now who used to say everything was mind over matter, and her husband was looking for such and such a car, and she used to say to him, if you dream about it and imagine it, you'll get it. And this is all Tony Quinn's way of, brainwashing people,
Okay. Lisa, your documentary is still available. Somebody says, why don't you put it on YouTube?
They could probably still sue us from YouTube. To be honest, I don't know. I don't know if they would, but I don't know.
Okay, it was a very brave effort anyway, and congratulations to yourself and Amy for doing it.
Thanks, Joe.
I can't verify the ins and outs of it, but the stuff you have on it is dynamite, absolute dynamite, about what they're saying and how they're trying to sell the product and how they try to. Anyway, it's all been spoken. That's Lisa McCaughey. Thanks indeed, Lisa. And you're now with TV3.
Yeah, I'm producing on TV3.
You're with Mark and Sinead every morning.
Yeah.
Well done. Okay.
Thanks
you. Indeed, Lisa McCaughey. Thanks to all our callers. Gerard, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
As your son went on the Tony Quinn course in the Bahamas.
That's correct, yeah.
And how much did he pay?
About €18,500.
For the 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, that didn't include, he had to pay for his own flight out there.
I know that, yeah.
The 18,500 was purely for the 2 weeks in the Bahamas. Flights weren't included.
Okay, and what did he get out of it?
He came back brainwashed.
And how is he? Well, I presume he got.
Can I explain what I mean by brainwashed?
Yeah.
He told me that he was going to go to America and become a film star, and he was going to make $1 million in 2 years. He told me that he could see energy coming off the trees. He convinced me to give him money to go to Hollywood, where he stayed with a family friend, and he spent a month in Hollywood. And he came back and told me that it wasn't a good time to go, that all the film directors were on holidays.
And what do you think of what you've been hearing about Tony Quinn? Now, we've had people on supporting Tony Quinn as well, but Tina Fearon was the main person yesterday. What do you think of what you've heard?
Well, I'm very annoyed about what happened to my son, and unfortunately it happened at a time that my marriage was breaking up, and there was a lot of unpleasantness and things going on, and one thing and another. And I really wasn't in a position to put my foot down and say, no, this is, it went ahead anyway.
Okay. John Boyle of Boyle Sports, the owner of Boyle Sports, has contacted us on the line. John, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Joe.
And how are Boyle Sports these days?
Well, we're busy, yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Now, you've contacted us to say you're a keen follower of Tony Quinn.
Absolutely. Yeah, I done a course with Tony in the States in 2002. And
how did you come across him?
I come across him through the shop here. There's a Tony Quinn health shop in Dundalk. And I went in and I was introduced to the information. And
had you got betting offices at that stage?
I had 37 betting offices then, yeah.
And how many have you got now?
We're 140.
Okay, and you put that down to Tony Quinn?
Well, I put it down to, he helped me to open my mind up, to expand my mind, to go for big goals, and to access the deeper part of my mind, the energy or the spirit or the life force, and that I could put big goals on, and they would happen for me effortlessly, and that's exactly what I've done. What I done is I put in a goal to have £1 billion financially successful turnover betting company, and suppose now we're close on 800 million.
So your goal with Tony Quinn was to have £1 billion industry, £1 billion company.
Yeah.
And you're getting there.
I'm very, very, very close, Joe.
And what is it in Tony Quinn that helped you get that far then? What did he tell you?